Okay, now we're going to take a look, more in-depth look at the Teamstats function. So it's now currently on the scoreboard. You have the scoreboard out. It's 44:57. We have our stat panel that we discussed earlier, and this is now showing various stats that we are either updating from Stat Crew or we're keeping track of them manually. And again, we have the option that you can actually run this panel from another computer on the network so that somebody else on another computer can be updating these stats. That is an option that you can add to Score HD. So we have our stat panel, and we'll say that we're getting ready. We're going to our end of our first quarter. So we come along and we want to select what team stats we want to show. So all of the data that was in this stat panel that you update is also available as your team stats option. So points in the paint, 3 points, all of this. So really simply you just come along and you pick which options that you want in your halftime stats. So at the top it says first quarter stats, and we've selected 4. And so right now we'll just put this in, and you'll see that this will play back, and it'll give you the 4 stats that you have chosen. So again, you can come along and you can increase the size of this if you want. As you can see, it automatically does the math and brings the logos in closer the larger you expand it. So we have 4 stats, and it's first quarter stats. So really simple, we can now take this and we can say halftime. So we'll just type in halftime, and that's done. But we're going to pick, this time we're going to pick 6 stats. So we can take that out and we can bring that in, and now it will transition in with 6 stats. So that's all you have to do. There's the formatting, the workflow is extremely fast here. If you want to move those in order around, you can do that by simply dragging them in the order that you want them. So extremely fast workflow to be able to get that kind of information. All this comes in from either your timing and scoring source, serial port, or from OCR, or from some other external file format. So now you say, well, I've got a sponsor that I want to show on this. So we can come down to the sponsor, and in this case, we're going to select a movie file, but it could be just a logo if you wanted to, but we'll make it fancy, and we will put in a movie file. So now when we bring this out, it will come out and it will run the movie file down here at the bottom of this. So again, a nice looking halftime stat. But we can actually do more. We can come back and we can say, well, we want to generate a background clip behind this. So we can pull our background clip, and again, right now we're rendering this out on a laptop, so nothing special. It's just a gaming laptop that you would find, that most gamers use with an NVIDIA discrete processor, because all of our animations are rendered in DirectX. So now I can bring this in, and now this is going to play back this, and it's going to give you a output that looks like that. So something that looks like $1 million and extremely fast workflow to achieve it. And that, like I said, on the sponsor here, you can choose either a logo or a movie file like we chose. So very simple, clean, and a very rapid workflow for generating your halftime team stats, and you can just leave this running during your entire halftime or your first quarter or whenever you want to show the stats. You can easily modify it with the title up here. So that's it for the Teamstats panel.